this is Jill from stampwithjill.com, and today we are going to make these Halloween Matchbox Ghirardelli holders. And I want to show you the inside because it's really fun. It actually has a little pleated pocket on the inside. I was given one of these as a gift, so I decided to remake it, and then I'm going to teach you. So for this one I am using Eyes on You Monster Stamp Set. And look how cute when you open this one. I colored it purple to match. So what you're going to need is some cardstock, some Halloween stamps, some paper, and a scoring tool. And I'm going to put all the measurements on the blog like I did for all the other projects. And we are going to go ahead and make this cute, cute little matchbox. Okay, so let's get started. You of course need a Ghirardelli chocolate square. So the first thing you're going to need is, well, I'm using the Eyes on You stamp set, which looks like this. Oh, how I wish this stamp set had a die, but it does not. So we are going to stamp in color, but first we are going to make the Ghirardelli holder. So I'm going to bring in my scoring tool so you can see the scoring. And the first thing you're going to need is a piece of, I'm going to make this in purple so you can actually see it. You're going to need 2 3/4 by 7 1/4 piece of cardstock or paper. I chose cardstock for this project. You're going to score it at 3, 3 1/2, and 6 3/4. And that's the part that creates the matchbox. Then you are going to need a piece of matching cardstock. You can make it different colors if you want. I like it to match. So this is 2 3/8 by 5 3/4, and you are going to score this one at 2 1/4, 2 1/2, and 2 3/4. So you're going to make 3 score lines there. And I thought there was more score lines to that. Maybe I forgot to write them down. I did. So it's going to be 5 1/2. Okay, so it's 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and 5 1/2. I forgot to write those down. So whoops. Okay, so now we have the inside piece, and we are done with the scoring tool. Good thing I remembered them because I cut all this paper last night. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold the inside, and you are going to take these and this little inside piece, and you are going to make like a W fold. So it's going to go opposite ways like that, and you want to definitely want to crease these real good because it's cardstock. All right, so what I mean by a W fold is that the inside goes like that, like a W, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And for the first part that you fold, it doesn't matter which way it goes, it's just when you put the piece together it's important. All right, so I like the pleat to go in, so I'm gonna have to make this go like that, and there's an extra little tab here for gluing. All right, and then this out tab is going to go down. All right, so you still have the W like that. This one is not creased very good, so let's go ahead and fix that. Okay, so you have the W on both sides, and then this little tab here is where you adhere it. And then basically you have this little pouch. So I'm going to use some white liner tape, some tear tape. It's just the right size for that. And that's really the only piece of strong adhesive you need. All right. All right, so if there are edges, and then you're just going to line that up and pinch. All right, so now you have the part that holds the inside of the candy. So for here also we are going to fold and crease real well on the score lines. Kind of make sure they're straight. So this is the top of your matchbook. and then this bottom piece folds up. All right, so now you have your matchbook. So this was actually the hardest part, getting those folds. You are actually going to put this little pouch into your matchbox like this and going to hold it. So you're kind of pinching it closed, and it looks like this from the top and this from the side. So it is kind of pinched at the bottom, and then you're just going to take your stapler and staple that with one staple into place. And this is what actually holds your Ghirardelli. And then your matchbox will close, your matchbook, not matchbox. It will close. You kind of have to work it under there, but there you go. So now it's time to decorate. So I have a piece of whipped cream that's 2.5 by 2 3/4, and I have a little piece that's 2 by 1.5 for the inside of the pouch. So this guy, since I'm making this purple one, I'm going to color and stamp him to match this guy, and I'm going to use my Copics. So I have black licorice ink, and I'm going to ink this guy up. And he is really fun to color. The first one I did in gray, but I really like the purple to match the purple. So hopefully I'm centered. There we go. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, then we have this Happy Halloween, and that fits right into his sign, or her sign. And then I also have I'll Eat You Up, I Love You So for the inside with the heart. And all these stamps are in the Monster Eyes on You stamp set. All right, so there we go. And now we're done stamping. All right, so I did not grab my black to touch up that mouth, but hopefully it won't matter. Okay, so I have a bunch of Copics, and I will take a picture of these so you can have the colors, and this purple is BV00, so I will take a picture of the ends of the markers so you can have those and put those on the blog. I don't have a lot of purple, but one tip I'd like to share is that even though I don't have this exact purple to match the cardstock, you can see that even though I colored in something close, it coordinates really nicely. All right, so let's get started. So first things, I color the monster with the BV00, and I color the whole thing. So not his horns and his accessories, but I pretty much give him an entire round of color. And then just kind of go down and around here. I can go off the paper because, it doesn't really matter. And then all around his mouth. Okay. Kind of fill that in. There we go. All right, so he's all colored. Now I want to take this BB01 and I want to add some highlights. So I want him to have some highlights around the edges, and there is no rhyme or reason. So I'm just going around all of his little poofy fur. And I'm not actually being perfect. And then I want to go around this little line of fur on his eyelid, around his mouth, under here, a little bit over here, and a little bit over here. And then I am all set with that purple, but I want to come back and I want to blend. So if you can, I'm not sure you can see it totally in the camera, but I'm going back with the original BV00, and I'm going back over the entire image, and I'm really kind of coloring over those highlights so they blend. And then when all this dries, it looks really cool. Looks like I'm actually a professional colorer and I really have no clue what I'm doing. So hopefully, since I have no clue, it will help you grasp the handle of this. Okay, so you can see that in this one, I'm going to pull it up a little closer. See how he has those little highlights around his orange? And then we have, around his purple, and then we have those again here. And then the rest is just basic coloring. And we're just going to color these guys orange. I'm surprised how quickly that this guy colors. And then I'm going to do these little guys orange. I actually left the, these are going to be a light green, the horns. I actually left the Halloween sign blank, like just black and white, but you could color that too. All right, so that just leaves his hands. Keep pulling the brush, not the brush tip out. So I just did this in like a skin tone to highlight the orange. I randomly picked these colors. There was no rhyme or reason except for that they were pretty Halloween. Okay, so that is the basic coloring, but I take the lightest gray, C1 or whatever the warm gray is. This is cool gray number 1, and I don't know where I learned this tip, but to really make this little guy pop, you literally outline the image. I'm not really sure what it does, but it really gives the image a little bit of like shadowy, I don't even know what it's called, but it looks really cool and it looks like I'm an awesome colorer even though I really don't know what I'm doing. And then I just kind of go around the whole image with a thin line. And it dries really light, but you can see it kind of highlights. I don't think anybody ever taught me. I think I just saw it on other people's Copic coloring. I'm sure there's a name for it, but just go all around, go inside his arms, a little here, the top of his eye, the bottom part of the sign, and that's just about it. And that's it. That's all I've colored. So when the marker totally dries, you can see that there's just a small highlighty shadow behind him. All right, so the final touch is to put the monster eyes on, and these are so much fun. I'm just going to pick the big one and put it right on his eye, and now we're ready to decorate. So I'm going to bring this back in. Forgot to color this guy purple. So just put a little purple into the heart quickly. I mean, I could get all fancy and shadow that up, but all right. And then we're just going to tape this on. I have a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4 for here. We're going to tape that on, and we're going to tape this on. So it's pretty straightforward. Just put some tape on here and assemble it, and that is it. So I actually like to put this right on the edge of the matchbox so it doesn't totally get stuck. I mean, the edge of the cardstock there. This can go in, and if you put your words a little bit higher up, you can sign your name. And then just this little bit of, and this is really just to cover the staple. You don't have to put this on. I just thought the black was cute and matched. And it looks like I didn't quite cut that full length, so I'm just going to trim it so it's even on both ends with my scissors. There we go. And then we close it up and we are all done. I hope you like day 5. All right, so this, the one thing I did want to remember, I have a black marker that I can touch up his mouth so it's more black like this, since I didn't quite get it fully inked up. And here's the gray one again, so you can see all the different ones. And they are super, super fun. And who doesn't love to receive a cute Ghirardelli for Halloween? Thanks for joining me today.